Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. Well, this has been a long time coming. I finally get to talk some Digimon on the channel. That's right. That's right. They're superior to Pokemon, and I don't want to hear anyone else say otherwise. And I mean it too, as this is not just hyperbole. No. See, I was a Pokemon guy, right? Came out here, 96? Right? I was a Pokemon guy. I had the Pokedex, I played the games, I had toys, everything. And a little Pikachu, little Togepi, and in 1999, something came along that made me go, buy Pokemon. Not completely, I still have the toys, but Digimon. I got Digimon toys to fight with the Pokemon. The Pikachu and Pokemon like that. You know. But like, yeah. A little commercial came across Fox Kids advertising Digimon. It looked like a bit of a Pokemon ripoff. Hell, Patamon reminded me of Pikachu. That's why I thought it was like an offshoot of Pokemon or something. It had Mon in the name. Supposedly it's not a ripoff, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's a little too similar for my taste. There are similar things. You have people who have Digimon. They only have one, but that Digimon, they fight other Digimon. I think there's no tournaments or gyms or anything. They fight to save the world, which is more important than getting stupid badges. Okay, and yes, I know that the Pokemon people fought to save the world. Okay, I'm just saying, it's better than collecting badges. You know, you got world threats, not some guy in a gigantic cat. You know. But yeah, so what Digimon is I'm trying to think about everything. So what Digimon is 7 young kids go to camp for the summer, wind up living in a digital land where everybody gets to have their own digital monster, a digital companion, a digital friend. A Digimon in training will Digivolve the rookie, and Digivolve the champion in Ultimate 2. Gonna say digital world for me, gonna say the digital world for you. Hey Digimon, monster friends to the boys and girls. Hey Digimon, champions of the digital world. Uh, yeah, so that's basically the plot. I wanted to do this specifically because I'm going to do Digimon the movie in February. So I gotta cover this and eventually the second season. They're both connected. I don't really need to go through all of the second season for you to understand the part season 2 part of the movie, but I figure I gotta get both of those out of the way before I do it. I have yet to order the season 2 DVDs off of uh, eBay. I could have just brought out Big LTs, although with the bridge being out, there's a bridge that connects. Wise guys in the city decided, hey, let's take out this bridge. This bridge over here, there's like a main bridge for people to get from that side of town to this side of town. It's the main way to get here, and now you gotta go all the way around yonder to get over to my building and everything. I had to walk from the bank. Usually the bank is right there, and I walk and I go right here. Now I gotta go to the bank, go straight down, all the way around this way, and come back through yonder to get home from the bank. Which is not that bad of a walk if it's a decent day out, but you know. Anyway, my rant about the bridge withstanding, speak English, notwithstanding. Digimon, if you don't know, is an anime, by the way, because you didn't know. But I'm covering the first season in this video. Eventually I'll do season 2. I have to get those. Like I said, it's all the way around. He doesn't want to have to, I don't know if he wants to walk that far, but I don't know. I'm fine waiting for my own. I'm hoping I can get those ordered either this weekend. Depending on how time works out on Friday, I could go to the bank, do my walk around yonder, I don't have to go to the Hy-Vee. I just go to Quick Trip on that side and get lunch and eat the card. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not about season 1 in this video. So, like I said, the story is about seven kids that go to a summer camp, and as they are there, the weather starts to act up. There's snow in the middle of damn August, okay? By the way, what camp starts in the last month? Because I think when Ty goes back later, he says it's the day they went to camp. What camp starts the first day of the last month of the summer? Usually those camps start at the beginning to middle, like it'd be like middle of June, early July, right? Why would you have a camp that starts? Oh, well, maybe that wasn't the first day of camp, but that was the day they left. Was August 1st? I don't know. Although the parents say they weren't there that long, but anyway, it's mostly narrated by Ty. With sometimes there's a random adult narrator that pops in. Once when I say, "Will Justin survive? Find out in the next Digimon." And I'm like, but Ty was the narrator primarily. Most of it, then this guy pops in. Who knows? Anyway, what it is these 7 kids. Ty. Can I remember the full names? No, not all of them. There's Ty Kamiya. Although sometimes it's pronounced Kamaya. Izzy pronounced, "Hey, Mrs. Kamaya." It's Kamiya. At least that's how to pronounce it in season 2. Ty Kamiya. There's Matt Ishida. Right? There's Izzy. And Sora. Don't know their last names. Mimi. Joe Kiddo. I know his last name. And there's TK. I don't remember his last name. He's Matt's little brother. We find out later their parents are divorced, which is interesting for a kid's show, right? Some people say anime is not for kids. It's too violent. Sure, but this was Fox Kids. It was edited. I'm not sure if this specifically what we're watching, this English dub, is edited, but I think it might be. I'm not exactly sure, but they're at the camp, and these things fly out of the sky. They're called Digivices. When they grab them, they're sucked into the digital world. And when they arrive, they meet their Digimon. And they're in training forms. And I don't know if I care to go through them. But we have Koromon, who is with Ty. Sunamon, who is with Matt. Yokomon, who is with Sora. Notemon is with Izzy. Tanamon is with Mimi. Bukamon is with Joe. And Tokomon is with TK. Yeah, they all have. Interestingly enough, it is to note, to connect to the movie, it is Ty and Izzy that fight each other first. And I think they have signed as friends the strongest connection as friends are the ones that find each other. However, I do have an issue with continuity. There's some continuity issues in this show in the same freaking season where, like, at the beginning of this, they act like they don't really know each other, but when they go back to the real world during the 3rd arc, it's as if they've been friends this whole time. Because, like, at one point, it's like, "I'm going over to Ty's," and I'm like, wait, dude, he was that Izzy kid. What's your name? Is it Izzy? At the beginning of this, now they know each other and they friends. Like, huh? I don't know, but what is that? So, like I said, there's arcs. There's 4 distinct arcs in this. There's the Devimon arc. Getting to know each other, and Devimon arcs, they're connected. It's the same story. Edamon arc, which is the shortest. The Myotismon arc, which is the longest. and the Dark Masters arc, which is the most unnecessary. We'll get to it. So, yeah. Eventually, they meet a Kawagumon that chases them around. Eventually, the in-trained Digimon digivolve to Rookie. Here we go again. Koromon digivolves to Agumon. Sunomon to Gabumon. Yokomon to Biomon. Multimon to Tentomon. Tanamon to Palmon. Bukamon to Gomamon. And Tokomon to Patamon. Okay? Okay? Yeah. To fight off this thing. So, from this point, I'm not going to go through every little detail, because we're already 10 minutes in. But anyway, from this point on, the story becomes, basically the next episodes are, they run to a champion level Digimon, one of the Digimon digivolves, Bob's your uncle. So, like, for instance, first episode next is Agumon becomes Greymon. Next, Gabumon becomes Garurumon. Then Biomon becomes Birdramon. And, Tentomon becomes Kabuterimon. Palmon becomes Togemon. And Gomamon becomes Ikakumon. The only one that doesn't digivolve is Patamon. That's saved for something special. And it's just all this, them meeting these and fighting. It goes along at a brisk pace. And then I remember, this is anime. So we gotta put a bunch of filler in this. And this is not as egregious as Dragon Ball Z. We have episodes where they just stand there gathering energy for 3 episodes. No, but you do, by the time you get to the last arc, you've had enough of the filler stuff. You just want to get it done. It's a little bit overdone, because how many times do they have to split up in this damn show? Because yes, you think you're gonna be at a confrontation with Devimon, right? He tricks them into this hotel. I was behind this whole thing, and then he splits them up. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about the split up part. And then a few episodes have passed. They have to reconnect, and then they go after Devimon. Patamon finally digivolves into Angemon, uses his hand to fake Bio, boom! Sends Devimon away, and he uses all his power, becomes Digi-Egg. This is the only time anyone ever becomes Digi-Egg, by the way. But, yes. And that's the end of the first arc. They defeat Devimon, they finish Fire Island, and then they get a message from someone named Genai, a digital human named Genai, who says that they need to go to the Continental server and they need to learn how to make the Digimon digivolve one more level. They gotta go to the Continental server to find their tags and crests to help them digivolve into the next level. Yes. So they hop aboard a Waymon, which is a giant whale. Well, I forgot to mention, all the Digimon they fight in this first arc are controlled by Black Gears. It's important because it connects to Season 2 as well, with something goes on there. But yeah, they're infected by Black Gears. They're good Digimon infected with Black Gears. And there's also Leomon, who is like a guardian for them, who tells them that they are the Digidestined and is sworn to protect the real world and the digital world, you know. And then there's Ogremon. He's important because he comes back later, but he's one of those villains become the good guy sort of thing, you know, kind of story. Leomon at one point is turned evil by Devimon, but he's freed thanks to the Digivices, and he, helps them out. And that's the last we see of him until like the last arc. Oh, we get to the last arc, I'm gonna have a lot of conflicting issues here, because, yeah. So, yeah. Like I said, Leomon tells them of the 7 Digidestins. Keep that in mind. Leomon says there are 7 Digidestins. Just keep that in mind. That this is the legend that he was told to tell 7. So they they find their tags and crests in a grocery store, underground, in the ocean. I don't know. And then they make their way to Surfer, where we meet our villain for the second arc, Digimon. The Elvis Monkey Digimon, and his dark network that is spying on them wherever they go. I found that a little bit cheaty, but you know what? It's fine. He's a bad guy. He can cheat. Fine, sure. But yeah. And so then it becomes much like with the first arc where they digivolve in each episode. Now each episode is they're finding a crest. They don't all digivolve after that, but they find a crest. And then Tai tries to force Greymon, to digivolve once more to fight an evil Greymon, but he's not able to do that. And when he forces him, he becomes Skull Greymon, who is the virus type ultimate level of him. And he can't control it. And they eventually learn that in order for their Digimon to digivolve, they have to a situation has to happen that corresponds with the type of crest that they have. So, Tai's is the crest of courage, Matt's is the crest of friendship, Sora's is the crest of love, Izzy's is the crest of knowledge, because he's a schmut one, Mimi's is the crest of sincerity, Joe's is the crest of reliability, and TK's is the crest of hope. So they have to, it has to correspond with that. Eventually, Tai is brave and courageous, so Greymon digivolves into Metal Greymon. This is the end. This is the end of Edamon. There's a whole thing with Datamon. I know they call him Datamon, but I say Data because I'm not Canadian. Datamon. They kidnapping Sora to create a double so that he can control her crest. There's some shit. I don't know. And in an upside down pyramid of all things. And then he puts in a virus that sucks all the bad Digimon in for some reason. Just the bad ones. And creates like Edamon attached to this virus thing. And so that's when you get Metal Greymon. He uses the booby missiles. I'm serious. They come out of here and go. They're boob missiles. He uses the titty cannons. And just obliterates them, but it causes a rift which sends Tai and Agumon, well not Koromon, back to the real world. No time has really passed, and there are Digimon there, but no one else can see them but him and his sister Kari. I wonder what that is. And she seems to recognize Koromon. I wonder what that is. And yeah, so basically this whole episode is him trying to figure out what's going on, and at the end they go back. But when he gets there, everyone has separated. I went, you got it. Really? We're doing this again? We already separated. Because now we gotta have filler as everybody tries to come together again. This time we get ultimate Digivolutions when Garurumon becomes Rare Garurumon, Virgilmon becomes Garudamon, and Kabuterimon becomes Mega Kabuterimon, which I had the toy for. You go from Kabuterimon to Mega Kabuterimon. It was pretty cool. Also, Agumon and a Gabumon that can digivolve to their Mega levels. We'll talk about that later, and then they can combine to something else. I'll talk about that in the movie. But I had that. I didn't get a Digivice until the second season because I really didn't care about Digivices in season 1. It was the equivalent for me of taking 2 4-length Lego blocks and 2 2-length Lego blocks, put them together, and that's what it was. That's a Digivice. I don't know. I didn't really care for the design. If you don't know, Digimon is actually based on like a digital pet type thing, like a Tamagotchi. It's Tamagotchi and a Tamagotchi, like a Tamagotchi type thing. It's based off of that, and they made a TV show off. I didn't know that till a couple of years ago, actually. But I was like, no, not. It is but falsely, people say that means it's based off a video game. No, that loosely maybe, but the digital pets don't count as video games. I'm sorry, because the season 2 Digivices were like that. It was like a digital pet thing. I didn't see that as a video game at all. I'm sorry, I didn't. You know. But anyway, so yeah, they get together, and then they find out that there's this new villain named Myotismon, and he sent Digimon to split everyone up and cause them to go separate ways. But now they come back together, and they find out there's actually an 8th Digidestined child back on Earth. Did I mention that Kari was supposed to go to the summer camp, but she got sick? Just throwing it out there. I don't know why I'm saying it. Just I don't know. But yeah, there's this 8th Digidestined child. I wonder who that could be. It's a mystery, really. No one could really know who it is. I don't know. Did I mention there was a Digivice left behind at Ty's apartment? And the mystery narrator man said that Kari's destiny would come. But it could be anyone, really. Who the 8th I don't know. It just could be anyone at this point. It's a toss-up, really. I don't know. Anyway, so now Myotismon is going to open a portal to the real world to go after the 8th Digidestined, whoever it is. I don't know. Could be anyone. For real, though, it is so stupid how obvious it is. Once you've told the audience, you are now waiting for the characters on the show to get it. And they take forever to do it because we have to spread out the time. Because if they knew who it was right away, this would be over pretty quick. At one point, someone actually gets smart and asks Kari about a Digivice, and she has no idea what it is. And that's because the stupid fucking cat has taken it, running around town with it. Because if the cat left it there, there's an equivalent. There's a scene equivalent. There's a scene with Izzy running around trying to find it, equivalent to the scene from the Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh, where Megan has the 2 trackers attached to a drone, and that parole officer guy is chasing it around. That's what it reminds me of. Well, this happened first, so anyway. Yeah, so that Myotismon wants to get to the real world. He has his lieutenants, not only Devimon, but Gatomon. And they're going to Earth, to the real world. And then the kids have to put these cards together and to get through. I don't know how they couldn't. There's a lot where it's like could be easy for them to just go through, but they have to spread it. There's also a lot of episodes that they kind of split as a 2-part act when they don't really need to, where it's like later, Gabumon and Agumon digivolve to their mega levels, but it's right at the end of the episode, and then the next episode starts with the fight. Same thing with the very end. All of them come back from being Data, and are like, we're ready to fight. Next time on Digimon, Digital Monsters. Oh, come on. The whole episode is them talking about their feelings, really. That's what they get turned into Data. It's ridiculous how much filler is in this show. I mean, it's not a bad show, but there's just so we're not done. A lot of this section in the real world, there's a lot of filler. There's character development, but I don't think we needed to know that Izzy was adopted. I don't know how that's prevalent to the plot going forward with the story. That's cool. You know, that's fine. But I didn't need to know that. You know, I mean, we already knew that Matt and TK's parents were divorced. That comes across a lot here too. We had to find it Joe as a brother. That's relevant to the end because he helps. But like, I don't know. It's just a little. And again, like I said with Kari, we figure out who it is. But it takes forever for them to figure out who it is. Ty eventually asks her about Digivice. Like I said, the cat has it. So she didn't even know what it was until I don't know. And you got Myosman putting out fake crests so that his digital monsters can track Kari, I don't know, or track the Digivice. And they're like, oh, it must be the eighth child. But they're tracking the Digivice. So it really could be anything. As long as it has the Digivice with it. Today, I don't know. We do get technically 3 more Ultimate Digivolutions, so we say that one for later. We get 2 more Ultimate Digivolutions. Pokemon into Lilymon and Ikakumon into Zudomon. So there's that. Yeah. Yeah. But it's eventually revealed that not only is Kari the eighth child, but Gatomon, the big second in command, the lieutenant of Myosman's army, is the 8th Digimon. And her backstory retcons things, I think. There's another backstory with Genai that's a little confusing, but she says she waited for years for Kari to show up. They weren't in there no years. I know they say that time is different, but there's no way they're in there for years. They didn't even age yet. But the way that the Genai story is told later in the final arc makes it seem as if she meant from when she hatched, she was waiting for years. She said that Myosman found her as a Salamon, which is her rookie level. Yes, Gatomon is a champion level. I don't get this having them be small. Like there's Marine Agumon, and that's a mega level. What? Piximon is technically, I didn't mention him. We already met him, but Piximon is that's technically filler. Really, he's important later, but Piximon is technically an ultimate level, which is confused. By the way, they say ultimate level is fully Digivolved Digimon because apparently ultimate levels are supposed to be the final Digivolution. And then they are in awe when Myosman eventually becomes Venom Myosman. He must be one level. He's Super Mega Digimon. And then Agumon and Gabumon go to their mega levels. But then they get back to the digital world and meet the Dark Masters. They're mega level Digimons. And they're just cool with more mega levels. And I'm just like, wait, they didn't even know mega levels existed. And it's also retcon that I say retcon, but it's also put in there that these Dark Masters existed before the events of the beginning of the show. Like they're the reason why Gatomon wasn't connected with the rest of them. But no one knew about mega levels before this. They were saying that ultimate levels were fully Digimon. You see how I say they're retconning shit? Because they said, there's only 7. Now there's technically 8. But Leomon told the legend of the Digidestin, where there's supposed to be 7. Even the song Hey Digimon, which plays almost every time there's a victory, says 7 young kids go to camp for the summer. Which is true because there was 7 to go to camp because Kari was sick, like I said. Although, I always thought that was the reason why she didn't get her Digimon, but would she have went with them because the Digivice wasn't there either? We'll get to that. But so like I said, we're going a little bit fast and loose with this. But yeah, Myosman is eventually partially defeated thanks to Gatomon Ultimate Digivolving with the Crest of Light. I don't know how you activate that, but to Angelwomon. She shoots an arrow to Myosman and he go bye-bye. But he's not gone yet. He Digivolves into Venom Myosman. How? I don't know. Even watching it now, I'm just like, how does that work? They defeated him. He should be dead. But no, he gets one true form. And it's not Venom Myosman. It's this little black circle blobby thingy in his belly. That's the true form. But now, after the first defeat of my oldest one, I say there's a prophecy. The sky will become dark with bats. The the people will the people will wake and start to chant the name of the one true king, my oldest man, and the angels will shoot arrows of light into the loved ones of those they swore to protect. Which means that Angemon and Angelwoman will shoot arrows of light through Matt and Ty. By the way, I need to point this out. It's a nitpick, but when Izzy is talking to his parents about Digimon, he calls Angemon the fully digivolved version of Patamon, and that's just not true. Even if it's not a Mega, it's a champion. We haven't gotten to his ultimate level yet. The dubs really need to pay attention when they're dubbing it, because Oh, also, I forgot to mention Heightened View Terrace, because that's a very important plot point. When they get there, they go to Heightened View Terrace, and they all start to realize that they were there when something happened. Something that their parents said was a terrorist attack. Did I mention this show came out in 1999? That's a little close. Little close. Ended in 2000, so it's really close. It's getting close. It's just before 9/11, but it's very close. It's very close. Yes, a terrorist attack, but they started to realize it wasn't that. It was a giant Greymon fighting a giant bird Digimon, later confirmed to be Parrotmon. That's something we'll discuss in the movie, but they all remember being there. And again, if we were there, that means the 8th Digit Destin was here. Hey, Ty, who else was there with you? Who saw Koromon? Hello? But no, we gotta switch it out. To his credit, he does eventually ask, like I said, but it just... whatever. Anyway, back to the climax. That's what she said. Agumon and Gabumon become War Greymon, Metal Garurumon, and eventually they defeat Betamyosmon by throwing a giant metal ball thingy and a Nova whatever that thing is. Nova ball thing. Basically, it's his spirit bomb into the belly thing and defeating it. That's it. But we're not done. No, we gotta become unnecessary. And I mean it. You could have ended here. The Digimon say they have to go back now, and that could have been it. But we have to keep this train going, because this is 54 episodes in one season, baby. We gotta keep going. So now we see there's something in the sky. It's like another world. Could it be the digital world? Takes them forever to figure it out, but they do. And so our heroes have to go to the digital world now, because there's something else bad there, and that's the Dark Masters. And now Scotty wants to retreat. Scotty needs something to drink. No, it's not alcohol. Although, the way the voting is going, I might need some. Well, I gotta watch. This is just, I think it's lime. Lime flavored. Apple. This is cool. One more. Alright, the last arc. The Digimon Masters. The Dado Masters. Dark Masters. Let's split up, gang. Well, after the introductions of the Dark Masters, we have Metal Seadramon, Puppetmon, Machine Dramon, and Piedmon. To their credit, they do stay together when they fight Metal Seadramon, but that's like the shortest of these arcs, really. Well, Machine Dramon's kind of short too. But after they defeat him, then they gotta face Puppetmon. Puppetmon splits them, and then he convinces Matt that he has to fight Ty and War Greymon. So they do that. It causes a rift. Tai, Izzy, Sora, TK, and Kari go one way. Mimi and Joe decide that they want no more violence and go another way, and Matt goes on his own. We split up again. I went, you got to be fucking kidding me. You didn't seriously split them up for a third goddamn time. Really? You are that desperate for filler that you are splitting them up. And I'm telling you right now, this is the most unnecessary split to do. There are literally 15 episodes of this arc. It's all every episode in the last volume. 15 episodes. That's the rest of the show. I guess -2, so it's 13 episodes. 13 episodes in this arc. Because the last two have a different villain. But anyway. Sorry. Pardon-moi. But, yeah. They have to split up again. Eventually they come back together and defeat Puppetmon, but they're still kind of separated too as they fight Machinedramon. Then they get back together, and now it's taking on Piedmon, who turns everybody but TK and Kari into keychains. Yeah, I brushed through all that. I don't care. I barely paid attention. I just know that at one point Kari got sick, and she got possessed by the spirit of light or some shit, who told them stories, and this is how we learn of the backstory with Genai. Genai, as a young lad, many moons ago, as he's an old man now, or an old man, was guarding the everything, and the Digimasters show up, the Dark Masters showed up, and they tried to get them, and they blasted them, which knocked Gatomon's egg and Digivice away from them, and that's how she was separated from them, and the rest of them landed on File Island. Dun dun, there you go. How long was that though? Because Jenna had hair and no mustache and a smaller nose, but he didn't even look like Genai. Did he change his appearance to hide or something? I don't know, but this version of Genai will show up in season 2. So, there's that. But, yeah. I don't know what this whole possessed Kari thing was. And all they did was, they had the voice actors not do the higher pitch in their voice, but talk normal. That's all it is. That's all it is. But, yeah. So eventually, like I said, Piedmon turns everyone, including their allies. They get all their allies together that they met before. Like, basically it's all, except for Shellmon, really. Shellmon and Seadramon. But all the other ones that they fit, you got, and I think Manzaimon becomes Waro Manzaimon, so, but like, you have Andromon, and Unimon, Centarumon, Genai has a robot suit, but he's not really there for most of it. There's allies. They're all turned to keychains except for TK and Kari, and then would you know it, TK doesn't give up hope, and Angemon becomes Magna Angemon. And I always thought it was him that defeats Piedmon. He helps, but he uses his magic powers or whatever to turn everyone back from keychains to be real. They all team up, and it is actually Wargreymon and Mental Garurumon that defeat him, but he's put into the portal and defeated, and by Piedmon. But it's not over yet. It's not over because Genai's not there because he contacts them in an email. He says that there is one more big bad worse than them. He's the reason why everything went wonky this whole entire times. Although it is implied earlier that Myotismon was the one causing the problem with the weather. Maybe it was this guy. It is Apocalypmon. The Digi world was disappearing as they were defeating the bad guys anyway, but like now there's nothing left. And they gotta fight this guy. And immediately, you can tell that they were still trying to scrape to prolong this. Because they could, for what they do to actually defeat him, they could have done it here. Bing, bang, boom, be done. But they don't. Instead, they spread it out. They go in here, they go to fight this guy. He de-digivolves all of them and destroys their crests. And I'm sitting here, and oh no, we can't digivolve without the crest. They can't go to the ultimate levels. I'm like, what about Agumon and Gabumon? They don't need the crest to go to the warp digivolve. Hello! But no, they need the crest, and then he turns them in, he digitizes them, and yep, that's it. Next episode starts with them digitized. No. They're digitized. They go through this whole talking thing. They talk themselves up and they say, I don't need the crest. We're big bad. And then they show up to fight. They all digivolve. And you see every single... That's another thing. My God. Do they waste time by showing every single Digivolution? Even Power Rangers knew when to just have them instantly transform, right? But no, every single Digivolution. And when they started digivolving into Ultimate, it starts with Digimon. There's like 5 of them digivolved in a row. Digimon, 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 Digimon. Make it stop. Make it stop. Oh my God. Digimon. Yeah. But they do it here, and they're all ready to fight, and then, nope, next episode. And the next episode, there's only a couple episodes that don't have an opening intro, and this next one doesn't have an intro, but it recaps the Digivolution. I'm not sitting through this whole thing. It is shortened, but I did fast forward through it. And they're ready to fight, and they do defeat him pretty fucking easily. And it just goes to show they could have ended it quickly the first time, but we had to spread it out to another episode. Yeah, they defeat him. He's destroyed. Digiworld is restored. They say that means that that their friends that died will... Well, I forgot Elecmon was one of those that helped fight. That died. Like Leomon. Oh, yeah, Oh, I forgot about another filler that happens. Leomon comes back in his Mega Digivolve form because the Digivices Digivolve, but he can't control it. Edamon is also back unnecessarily as Metal Edamon. It really adds something to the story, except for Leomon dies. That's Leomon's legacy. Trust me, it is. Anyway. So yeah, hey, there's a time difference, so we can stay here forever. For a long, long time, and be back before... sorry, I had an itch. Be back before the vacation, and it's like, well, we stay here for what was it, 100 years? Like, that ain't gonna work. And besides, you have to be able to calculate it to be back in time, like... I don't know. You'd have to have someone on the other side to tell you. I guess that wouldn't work because time wouldn't pass, really. I really don't know how that would work. But Jedi says, no. What Pokemon did, when defeated a Pokemon, it synced time together, so now you only have 2 hours before you have to go back and... They're like, well, you know what? We still had 4 weeks. No, you have 2 hours because it, like I say, it's synced, and so then because it's now going to close. The portal's going to close forever, and they can never come back. Spoiler alert: they come back. They found a way. Anyway, so they hitch up this cable car, and they all gotta say goodbye. And again, I'm sitting here going, this is just like filler. It's a little sad goodbyes, whatever, but it's just like, I don't know. There's a lot of talking like Matt's goodbye to Gabumon is him just sitting there going, Gabumon goes, enough said. Really, you didn't say anything. Yeah, they'll say goodbye. Except for Palmon, she thinks if she doesn't say goodbye to Mimi, it doesn't mean it's goodbye. This is all that's said at the end, where she trips, Mimi's hat flies off, and it cues, hey Digimon, hey Digimon. By the way, get used to that song because it plays a lot. Not at every battle, but like halfway through they start playing that when they're about to get a victory. Yeah. Except for the one time they played Change into Power. I didn't realize they played it in this season. I wonder if it was for the DVD dub they put it over because there was something else there they couldn't use. I don't know, but it felt it was only one time and it felt unnecessary. I was like, it stuck out like a sore thumb. I'm like, what is this? Why? Why? I don't know. But yeah, they all go back to home and it's over. Yes. Also, I want to point out something. The people back on the real world are watching the fight with Apocalypse, which means that it's already synced back by that point, or they wouldn't be able to see it like that unless they just stuck there for days watching it. How would they be able to watch it if time's different? No, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Were they there the whole time, or did they see them fight Piedmon, or was it just then when Apocalypse happened, it synced right away? I don't know. But as it stands, Season 1 of Digimon is decent. It's decent. I just never realized how much filler was in this. I hope Season 2 has less filler. I know I'm wrong, but I can hope, right? Please. When I eventually get to that, yeah, this has been a long video. It's almost 50 minutes. So, what are your thoughts on Digimon, the Digital Monsters, Season 1? Leave in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.